know what I was sitting here thinking about? I was thinking about social media. I was like, no, what? I was thinking about, I said, I bet a lot of people like, this done got bored, I'm tired of this. Or, I'm gonna move past this, it's taking too long. But it's still so interesting, and it's still so much knowledge involved. How could you? I love social media too, but it's just like, it's just another artist. Eventually you start to starve and crave for evolution, real evolution. If you sacrifice somebody, take evolution from this person and give it to another person, then it's just another star. It's just another celebrity. Not star, but it's just another celebrity. And they say never trust nobody with eggs. Somebody said something like that to me one time. Whoever said that to me, I can't remember who said that. They said, don't ever trust nobody with eggs. But giving out eggs. Something like that. Not giving out eggs. Don't ever trust nobody with eggs. Yeah, don't ever trust nobody with eggs. I don't know. I heard somebody say that. But anyway, they told me that. They probably were trying to tell me something. But anyway, I was sitting here thinking about this spirit, like the spiritual realm. Like it's like they give everybody a chance, and it's like the seat. They're letting everybody sit in, but there's so much more required to this seat. Like let's say everybody in the tech. Yeah, we're gonna get the tech, get the rhythm going. But you still gotta get the you still gotta meet the requirements. And a lot of that I worked years for. And I know 5 or 6 or 7 years. So it's like you trying to sit in a seat. All things gonna do is snap and break. It's never gonna last. I told y'all my grandpa was trying to tell me this when he was still alive, and he was like, "It's gonna be a test. I mean, this gonna be like the worst time of you were born in the worst." What did he say? Something in your life, the worst something. He said, but anyway, it's gonna be a test take place, and everybody from around the world gonna participate in it, and they're gonna be trying these cheats and all that, and ain't none of it gonna ever work. And it's just gonna prolong and discourse, prolong and discourse, prolong and discourse. He said it's gonna be over and over again. And I didn't even know what he was talking about. He wanted to explain more, but I was too young. And I was just sitting here saying, I was like, what is that, you know? But like I said, I love social media, it's good, but it's like whatever's been going on in the dark, when it comes down to the original, it need to stop. Because it's gonna get to a point where we all starving and hungry for evolution. We want something different. I mean, another celebrity, okay, you great, he can do it like this and like that, all right, that's cool too. But what's up though? What's different though? That's why I say, like, what's different? So this situation ain't that bad, actually, when you think about it. Because the knowledge that we're getting, which I don't think they want me to talk no more. The spiritual do, but the physical, you know how they get. But the knowledge that we're getting is beautiful. You know, if we could stop using it for wrong, you know, start using it for right, the knowledge is overwhelming. Why wouldn't you want to do that? You know, we already done spent. Well, what's another route? I was talking to guys about Bruce Lee. And guy was like, I don't want no another fighter. I don't want you fighting. I want to do some fighting stuff. He said, I don't want you fighting. This is what guy told me. The guy was like, I want you to sit over there, stay right there because they swapped you out. I want you to draw. I want you to read. Don't drink. He said, pray and meditate. Just stay up with me. He said, you good. Outside of that, you good. I'll take care of the rest. You good. That's what he told me. He didn't say nothing about no test. He was like, I'm a tool, but he never really said what kind of tool I was. He didn't really even say I was a tool neither, though. My grandma bad about saying that. But he didn't really say I was a tool either. He just said, God was the one that told me, somebody sold their soul, and I'm going to give them the power for a while. I'm going to let this deal ride out. And then I'm going to bring the energy back to you. I need you to stay where I need you to stay at, so the energy, so that's the curse that everybody think it is. It ain't no curse, it's God. Because it's like this person got like 2 or 3 more years when that deal, before that deal is up. I know, because I know somebody who went through it in the physical. And it just came back around to him. And he was like, worst case scenario, you'll get $100,000 for going through what you went through. And he said, I'm gonna see to it you get some more money though. He told me how I'm gonna get the money, but I ain't gonna tell it on here. He said, I'm gonna see to it you get some more money. He said, that's the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, you might not meet your lovers, and you're gonna get $100,000 for going through what you went through. And I'm gonna let you get this lottery ticket, basically. He said, I'm gonna give you a lottery ticket. Let's just say that without saying all this stuff. He said, I'm gonna give you a lottery ticket so you can move on. But he said, I need you to stay right there because somebody sold their soul to do all this. And he showed me this person in hell. It was like a throne. They took the power of somebody that was on a throne. And they were just playing, they just acting crazy, just investing the money, just money really, you know. They were just throwing it around like it was chains. The way I see it, it was chains. They were just playing with these chains, just playing around with it. But it was really, you know, it's money. Like they just throwing money away. Just everybody just throwing money away, just throwing money away. And he said, I'm gonna bring it back a full circle. I'm gonna make it come back around a full circle. And he said, so with that being said, actually, it's like I said, we starting to starve for evolution. We need it, really, you know. So, but at the same time, we gotta be patient and wait, you know. You gotta be patient and wait. You gotta wait it out. That's the only thing about whatever these people got going on. I'm gonna tell y'all something though. We need to start up something else, like another, like. I wish I had my own social site. I start my own reading, card reading. I start my own spiritual thing. I start everything over. And I teach them some things that they don't need to be going. The way I'm gonna teach them, they're gonna redirect it's gonna redirect their energy in a more light path, a positive path, no matter who they are. It don't even matter if they're a gangster. It's still gonna redirect their energy, and that's gonna make them conquerors in whatever field they're in. Because right now, it's just like everything everything, I don't know what this is. But anyway, it's like in this situation, in this experiment, God giving everybody a chance. But I'm telling y'all, I done seen God say it's like a seat in the spiritual realm. It's like it's a king throne and it's a queen throne. And I can just see the queens come up and get tested, fail, go to the next, boom, get tested, fail, go to the next. Boom, same thing, get tested, go to the next one. And God and my grandma were talking to each other. And my grandma said, she was trying to explain the girl that was going to come through, said she going to come through after all that. And he ain't going to get her through all that, though. And God was like, I want him to be by himself. And I didn't know why God would have said that, but he said that because of all this humiliation stuff, all y'all were doing behind my back. I know now why he said it. He said, I want him to be by himself. And all this happened when I had that near-death experience. All this happened then. It's like he showed me the future. And he was like, He was like, he like, you gonna be teaching, and to the one who stole everything from you, which is your opposite, you gonna be teaching her, and she gonna feel, of course she gonna feel bad, but then she gonna start to evolve and do better for herself, whoever that person is. I don't know who that is. And he said, he said they're gonna basically be expecting you to do one thing, but you're gonna be teaching and stuff. I don't say this a lot. I like to keep saying it though. But he said, you're gonna basically, they're gonna want you to do one thing, but you're gonna be teaching, and people gonna start learning and seeing, okay, something, you know, learning and evolving through the learning. And that's pretty much it though. And I'm just knowing that we sitting here and all this stuff that we done learned, we didn't know none of this before. So it is still better. It's evolution. The thing about it is now, how can we evolve into evolution? You know what I mean? It's like, first we gotta stop the people that's decapitating evolution. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. And like this Ted, I don't know about that thing. I think it was supposed to have been relevant, but if somebody did something crazy, it just took me out my energy, out my frequency. It's like, they know all about it. They know everything they're supposed to do and everything, but they ain't fit to do it. But God is such a fair and merciful God. He letting everybody get their opportunity to put themselves in this position. And every time these people get in this seat, let's say it's a king, they're trying to swap me out. They'll take me out my seat too. And I feel it because I lose my armor. I lose this spiritual armor, but it's always temporary. Because you got to put in some work to get right here now. And he'll be like, that person don't fit. They, on the down low. This person don't fit, they are addict. This person don't fit, they infested. This person don't fit, they did. And that, like, literally, it ain't nothing bad. It's just that level. It's just that seat they trying to sit in. It's nothing about this seat. This ain't no seat. This is almost like a saint seat, a real saint seat. None of that fake stuff. And to sit in this saint seat, you gotta be up past all this stuff. So it's like all these people that keep trying to sit in this seat, they just stealing it. They just, only thing they trying to do is pass the test. Then they get to sleep with people and everything. They ain't going through this stream with stuff like I'm going through, because I the one that they trying to sacrifice. And that's why I don't have to do the test, really. You know what I'm saying? It was like I was doing it like I was supposed to do it for about 2.5 years, and I heard God in the astral and the spiritual. Like, I could see the spiritual war. Literally, I done saw it twice. And it's like God had come through and shut it down, bro. It's like, you can just imagine the fights in the clouds, like, with just these gigantic giants, bro. And they just going at it. And somebody said, why he ain't got to do the test? And God said, because it's evil. Because it's evil. And what I feel he's saying about that is the fact of how it's rigged up for the inheriting baby not to get the inheritance. That's it. Because you got to look for a hat, you got to get this God lid, you got to get all that stuff. But they done rig the body up of the inheriting baby so that person can't get it. So it's like, it's rigged up, and God is here this time. So it's like, I don't think nobody else going to get it regardless. I ain't never known my father to break a promise. And my father told the ancestor, the angel, they said, no matter what, he get this. They were like, well, but he got to do that. He got to do all that. And no matter what, he get this. When he done, he get through with it, he get it. If he don't do, he get it. And God was like, he told me, when you stop, I'll put your life together. I just don't know what that was. I didn't know if that was social media didn't tell or the telling social. That's the beautiful thing about me. I ain't got a lot going on. And I just noticed when I stopped doing stuff for a lengthy amount of time, things start shifting. It starts shifting. It starts shifting. And it's like God give me these old signs and stuff when I'm not doing right, like when everything done blocked God out. He give me these signs, which is kind of funny. And like he had this sign, like even through movies. I was watching this Chuck Norris movie, which Scott Adkins got one just like it. He need to remake. Scott Adkins need to remake all Chuck Norris movies. And they showed this man. These girls were looking at him. They sent these women out to the prisoners to treat the prisoners, but they was just a joke. And they got this man out there and they got him butt naked and they started laughing at him and left him there, and left him there butt naked. And that's what God showed me, bro. Like it's like God will lead me to these movies. He said, "This is all they doing to you." So you know when God talk to you like that, you be like, what is he really trying to say? And that's why I said, like, when people started doing this stuff on me, even the deaths, it's like a chain of deaths. It's like a road of death through this stuff. Like I said, I got siblings, husband died, kids died, grandparents died, uncles died, neighbors died. And it's like in 4 to 5 years, I can't even count the people that died. I know it's more than 10 people that done died that had something to do with it. That's a lot in 4 or 5 years. And if they haven't died, they got sick, they got real bad ill, there's something wrong with them, they're getting an illness of some sort. They'll take my energy temporarily, but my energy, I gotta give, bro. My energy always come back to me. Always. That's like one of my main beautiful gifts. One guy took my gift, did a lot of magic. I can talk about it now, because at first I was like, maybe people think I'm crazy, but now that I see what y'all really be doing out there, I'm gonna say it. There was this one guy, he was in some kind of organization. He was good what he do, he smart, I think. There was 3 or 4 of them. And one of the girls that hang with them, I picked her up. I picked her and 2 or 3 other girls up, and we hung out that night. And they told me about it. They said, one of the girls said, "You kin to such and such, you look just like him." I said, "Yeah." They tried to put a spell on you, and they took your mind or something from you, and they drove him crazy. And said he was like, "Get it out, get it out, get it out." How he controlled this? Get it out, get it out. And they had to put him down and do something to him, bro, and send my energy back to me. But one of the main things, God, I know for a fact, it's like this alien DNA out here. It's a foreign DNA out here in this planet. That's the real thing. So when I did do the test, and when I do the test, it's just the police for that. The rest of it, even if people getting money, all that's irrelevant. It's really just the police for whatever that parasite is. And it's in a lot of people, bro. That's why I told y'all now, remember this. I said 1911 when I said this. I said, when I went to hell, God came and got me out of hell. We went back to heaven, and I transformed. As I was coming out of hell, I transformed who I really was. And I saw a throne in hell and heaven that I had. A king in heaven and hell that I had. And as I transformed and came out of hell and went into heaven, somehow me and God got split up, but I knew where I was. And I seen Michael, I seen all the angels. I seen everybody. I knew who they was, you know, everybody knew who I was. And we was talking about my experience on earth. And I was like, they were like, "What you doing on earth?" I said, "All I did was rap. I ain't got no gift." They said, "Oh yeah, you know O?" I said, "I don't know no O. I can rap though." They said, oh, the best rapper over here. That's what they were saying. But I said, well, what guy are they? They were like, in the sewage. So I go in the sewage, in the sewage, and I see somebody. This is what's gonna scare y'all. This is what's gonna trip y'all out, cause I know y'all know my my flame. I gotta quit saying that, calling you that nickname. I got in trouble in the spiritual realm for that, so I apologize to you about that. But my flame, Riley, she was like, it was her and Guy in the sewage. And it was like they were ciphering through DNA. And they were like, Guy was standing right here looking at her, and she was looking at somebody else. And it was like they was in this barn or in this farm or something, and they were ciphering through DNA. And that's how I knew I had to come here and do the test. And that was, everything was going good till somebody swapped me out, man. It's like somebody came and wanted the money so bad. It's like I had to do a purpose for God, and they took me out my purpose and put themselves in it just to get $1. And it left me in lingering mode. So it was like whoever sacrificed me out, that's garbage. I don't care about that. That put me where I need to be. That's awesome. Cause see, like when I was with my ex-wife, I was on, like I said, I was on my way to my own fortune that I made for myself. No rapper, no celebrity stuff. I made it for myself. And when she did whatever she did, it re-navigated me back to where I came from. And God was like, this is where you're supposed to be at anyway. This is where you're supposed to be at anyway. And that's when he told me, all that you were finna go do, get that money and all that, you were going on the wrong path. I need you right here. I need you to stay right here. And that's when he said, do this, this, this. And my grandma added that testing now. But then God told me, you stay stuck because your grandma. It was like, I can't tell the difference between them. So I don't know who my grandma is over there, but I heard she was like the first mother or something. She's everybody's grandmother, whatever that means. They say she everybody's grandmother. Whatever that means. And I know she a gatekeeper. Me and her staying to it. I know she a gatekeeper. But it was like, God was like, I'm going to start it over, and I want you to start the family over right here. He said, I want you to start Genesis over right here. And I just felt like we must have been a real old royalty family. We must have been very royalty and very old. He was like, because the family been going in a direction, doing something that's not right, and it's been sending them to dark places, and it's going to send them to hell if they don't stop. And it's time for it to stop, and I need it to stop now. So I need you to try to re-navigate the energy from generational curses to generational wealth.